peculiar to the last days of Aden, which our government wanted us to come out as quietly as possible.
One has to remember that this withdrawal from Aden was in no circumstances a war. It was a withdrawal of our presence from a place we've been in for many years. There was therefore, as it was not a war, no conceivable justification for having one young man in the British Armed Forces wounded or killed more than absolutely 100% necessary. How could one, constantly thinking of their families as one usually is, could one possibly justify to a mother in, say, Yorkshire that her son, Private Jones, had been killed because of inter-Arab fighting in a place which we were leaving a few weeks later, or even a few days later? That thought was always in my mind.
In the last 6 months, 30,000 troops pulled out, leaving a rear guard around the British airbase. The High Command was worried that the victorious NLF would carry out its threat to launch a final assault. Off Aden, a task force of 24 ships stood ready to perform a quick rescue. For the NLF, the moment of victory was near. Their colonial enemies were leaving, and their nationalist rivals, Flossie, were defeated in Aden. NLF leader Katana Shabi summoned journalists to Zinjibar, a small town near Aden, to announce his conditions.
That they will give our people their full independence. That's the first point. Second point, that they realize that the NLF is the true representative of our people. Third point is that Britain is ready to hand over full authority to NLF, and then, if I am selected by the NLF command to meet any British authority, or I am ready to do that.
In November, in Geneva, only days before the British withdrawal, the former guerrilla leader, Ashabi, was recognized by Britain as the future head of an independent government. The High Commissioner, Sir Humphrey Trevelyan, took the final salute from the deck of HMS Intrepid. In Aden, they were apart. Regimental flags were lowered.
At 42, the helicopters lifted the final 330 men from about 10 positions around the perimeter of Aden.
Colonel Guy Morgan was the last British soldier out of Aden. He left at 3 o'clock on the afternoon of the 29th of November, 1967.
I circled the positions which my unit had been occupying for the last day to ensure that everything had been picked up safely and nobody left behind. And I had a feeling of sadness that I was turning out across the Aden Bay back to Albion. That I was the last man and we were leaving Aden after a British presence had been there for 128 years. All very sad.
In the streets of Aden and all over the country there was jubilation. 128 years of the British Raj, which started with Captain Haines, had ended.
وحينها كان يدور كنت أتخيل أن الكابتن هينز حينها فوز، وإنه بنفس الطريقة التي دخل بها واسطة العنف والمقاومة أنه خرج بهذا الأسلوب.
Aden was the colony that went over to the other side. The Federation of South Arabia became the People's Republic of Yemen, a Marxist state and an ally of the Soviet Union.